Steve Jobs bows out of Steve Note. A new PlayStation Portable is said to be in the works, and New Yorkers may have to pay extra for iTunes Music. It's Wednesday, December 17th. I'm Natali Del Conte, and it's time to get loaded. Apple made a surprising announcement on Tuesday saying that Steve Jobs would not deliver the keynote at Macworld in January. Instead, Apple's Vice President of Marketing, Phil Schiller, will give the address that we like to call Steve Note. Schiller is the goofy guy we always see demonstrating iChat with Jobs during keynotes. Talk about some big shoes to fill. I wish him luck, I really do. Furthermore, this will be Apple's last year at Macworld. Of course, Apple doesn't own Macworld, it's an IDG conference, but Macworld without Apple, it seems so sad somehow. The conference will go on, but consumers will cease to care about it. It will just be an unsexy developers event. The big looming question is, why is Jobs not delivering Apple's last keynote at Macworld? Now, I have gone out of my way not to speculate or report on Steve Jobs' health because I don't think it's within the scope of this broadcast or any of our business for that matter. For that reason, I am not going to postulate that his rumored poor health is the reason. I'm just going to say that I really hope it isn't. Palm launched a mobile application store for its line of Trios and Centros. It's called the Software Store. Talk about unsexy. It's essentially their version of Apple's App Store open to third-party applications. Palm is sharing the revenue with the application developers 50-50, whereas Apple and Google share 70-30 and RIM shares 80-20. Palm Software is a joint effort with Pocket Gear. The company brings over 50,000 applications to the table, although the actual store only launched with 1,500. Now, before we go and poo-poo this new initiative because it's late and not very exciting, we should hold out a few weeks for CES. Palm has invited press to a big announcement at a big event in January in Las Vegas. I expect a major makeover from them, so let's give them the benefit of the doubt, shall we? They've had a rough year. Our parent company, CBS, just relaunched our video player on TVcom. It's a much cleaner TV watching experience with a wider player, the ability to chat with fellow watchers, and lots of HD content. TechCrunch is calling it a Hulu knockoff. Okay, yes, it does look a lot like Hulu, but we love Hulu. And isn't imitation the best form of flattery? The PSP is getting yet another revamp. This time around, it's called the PSP 4000. It'll be the last of many updates before Sony launches an entirely new handheld platform dubbed the PSP 2. How creative. Rumors are that the next handheld console will most likely not be out until 2010, but CrunchGear says that the PSP 2 games are already in the works right now, and speculation around the design is that it may resemble an iPod Touch type design. My advice to Sony, get an accelerometer in that thing pronto, or else don't even bother. The UK is cracking down on BitTorrent users. According to the Register, ISP Virgin Media will monitor, target, and restrict BitTorrent traffic in the UK. Apparently, they didn't learn their lesson from what happened to Comcast here in the US. Virgin Media's move is to prevent bandwidth hogs from heavy usage, while some in favor of net neutrality say all internet traffic should be treated equally. Comcast was banned and fined by the FCC for doing this. Virgin Media's CEO says that this move will come into force in the UK sometime in the middle of next year. Laptop Magazine got their hands on one of many netbooks that will be seen at CES. This model is from Intel, and it's called the Convertible Classmate PC. It'll have a tablet-style form factor with a touchscreen and accelerometer to display in both portrait and landscape. The netbooks are geared towards children, hence the title Classmate PC, but so far sources say the touchscreen and accelerometer is quite impressive. It'll have the standard 1.6 GHz Intel Atom processor, 60 gigs of hard drive, and run Windows XP. A venture company in Japan is selling special green-friendly plastic. The material, called agri-wood, utilizes perished rice and powdered wood, both of which are disposable material. The product is made from would-be garbage, contains no CO2 emissions, and is manufactured at a reasonable cost. The plastic is used to make bags, kitchenware, and school lunch trays. New Yorkers may have to pay extra for digital entertainment, such as music on iTunes, ebooks for the Kindle, and more. Since the state is in such dire financial straits, Governor David Paterson is proposing an iPod tax as part of his state budget. It specifically aims to tax anything deemed to be a digitally delivered entertainment service. I would assume this would extend to paid-for adult content as well. Either way, it's another reason living in New York is just no easy way to go. Those are all your headlines for today. Before I sign off, I want to do a rare Wednesday birthday shout out to my mother. Her birthday was actually yesterday, but I was homesick with the flu. Happy birthday, Mama. Love you. As for the rest of you, I will see you tomorrow, which incidentally will be our last news show of the year. We have a great lineup of shows for you during the Christmas break, but we won't actually be filming a daily news show. Tune in tomorrow and I'll give you more details. Thank you for watching. I'm Natali Del Conte with CNET TV, and you've just been loaded.